So, hi guys, good morning. What time is it? It is 4:26 in the AM. Yes. There's a little furry person over there likes to wake me up at ridiculous o'clock for his food, which is absolutely fine, isn't it, Looms? It is. So anyway, I've done and posted 2 videos. And this doesn't often happen, where I get a volley of, well, like an inundation of do a video about this and do a video about that, but that is what is happening. And who am I to question that, right? I always trust the guidance, you know, my true self. You know, most people, when they talk about the guidance, when they talk about, a lot of people talk about spirit, which is all very nice, but it's not something on the external, you know, that guides you. It's your true self, believe it or not. It really, really is. Never give your power away, people. And of course, all the spiritual NPCs like to call it the universe, you know, the universe, which I reckon is if you're a non-believer in the we all live on a ball spinning through space, which I certainly am not, you kind of have a feeling that the universe is a non-existent thing. But at any rate, it's a fucking place, right? So it's kind of like saying, well, Madison Square guided me to do this and Madison Square guided me to do that. It's like, what the fuck? So I don't hold with that either. When I'm guided, I know that it's me. I guide me, my true self. I'm very familiar with my true self. She's right here. And, you know, she, he, whatever, that obviously is genderless, you know, but it's not rogue. Wow. I just switched on my computer and there's already all the debate. There's an angry man climbs BBC building and smashes statue. For you Yankees, Yankee doodle-doos, or people, in fact, who are not residing in the blighted Isles of Avalon, such as they are, the BBC have quite a large statue on their building of a man who was a known paedophile and child abuser and abused his own children. This is commonly known, and they have a statue. And of course, this man climbs BBC building and smashes statues. It's all staged. All of it. I mean, all of it, guys, is staged. It is the Truman Show. And that's just on what I call the mundane level, right? It's all blue screen. Often enough, you know, there's this woman in this boat going on about, oh, terrifying weather and, oh, we're all going to die type of energy, you know what I mean? It's all fear porn. And then you get this guy who walks right behind her with his Wellington boots on, going la 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 la, having a little cig, and it's like, oh, what? Oh, you're doing some reporting here, are you? Oh, right. I mean, you know, it's all a matter of layers, isn't it? There are the mundane lies, there are the mystical lies, the occult lies. There is lies upon lies upon lies, like a layer cake, and that's what it's all about. Layers of mind control, layers of truth, layers of deceit, right? I mean, whoa, it really does take somebody with, I don't know, I would say a special soul signature, I guess, that can navigate this fucking realm. That's what I feel anyway. So I was thinking more about the near-death experience, because I did a little video about that, my last video, but it talks a bit about NDEs, but I'm going to be talking more about it, I reckon, because it is a part, it's like a little part of the jigsaw that we call or refer to as consciousness. Now, in a world where everything always needs to be proven, right? Ergo, it's scientism, you know, and it's a dictatorship, and it's fucking evil. Because it's like, well, can you prove that? Can you give me tangible proof and put it on the fucking table right in front of me? Because otherwise I'm just not gonna, you know, otherwise hang your head in shame and go over there, go back to your dirty dark corner and sit there shivering, you know, in filth and feel shame, toxic shame construct. Can you still see me? It's a bit dark. But my feeling is, and has been for a long time, that consciousness is what it's all about. There is nothing else. There is nothing outside of consciousness. That is what I feel. Consciousness creates the experience. That is what I feel. Right? For any left brain prisoners, left brain IQ prisoners, that get irate at me saying that, and they say, oh, you have to prove it, and it's like, well, no, I don't, actually. I don't have to prove anything. It's what I feel, and on this journey I've learned to trust myself more and more and more. I've learned to trust the innate, infinite wisdom of my true self. As indeed, anyone who walks the true path will, by degrees, more and more and more, because it's layered. The word conscious. Are you conscious? Are you conscious? I talked about my osteopath, Kieran, who's a really nice man. And he said some interesting high strangeness experience, namely one with a guy who was on his course when he was becoming an osteopath. He was trying to become an actor before that, but worked out he was never going to get the work because he wasn't connected. He worked that one out. He worked out quite a lot of shit. And that takes consciousness, yeah? Because there has to be a will. I want to know something. Curiosity. Willpower, self-determination. I want to know what is going on here. Whoa, that looks different. What is that about, right? That is consciousness, isn't it? So he's had a lot of experiences, and there was a guy there, and they were outside the building at lunchtime having a ciggy, and the guy's eyes turned black, all of it, black. And it gave him the fucking creeps, as it would. He found later on that the guy was a serial rapist and is now in prison. There you go. So, you know, he's been on his own journey, and he's a good person, but he buys the whole Kovorama insanity, and he's had his, you know, his VB, he has, because, well, you know, because he has consciousness, he is sold, because he has curiosity, there is impetus, there is the questioning, there is the probing, there is this. These are all signs of actual consciousness. But when it comes to the whole Kovorama thing, something happens. You see, the fear monster, the fear programming, the toxic shame construct, which is really what it is. Don't you dare question your government. Don't you dare question the dark generator. Same thing, you know, really is. All that negative self-talk is generated by, yeah, the black hand. The black hand is that mass consciousness swirl. It is I feel, again, because nothing exists outside of consciousness, so it is generated by consciousness. It is generated by consciousness in order for us to have a temporary experience of inversion. I won't call it duality, because that is not quite right. Anyway, so he has not as yet attained the consciousness to understand that if you have to allow yourself to be injected by something that's likely to fucking destroy you in order to survive, you have a fucking problem, right? So he hasn't attained that layer yet. And when I talk to him, it is quite obvious that he really lives in a toxic shame construct. He said to me, because we were talking about fucking Christmas, right? And he's like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I just pretend it doesn't happen, right? And he goes, oh, I'm always happy when it's Christmas because I can put my feet up and enjoy some good food without feeling guilty. If that ain't a toxic shame construct, then I don't fucking know what is. People exist in that building, the toxic shame construct. It's in everybody. It is what inhibits consciousness and makes you have an experience of unconsciousness. I am evil always wins, and I am powerless. But I'm not going to look at that because that is too fucking horrifying. I can't deal with that because I would go insane with fear and horror. It's like Colonel Kurtz, you know, in fucking, what is it? Apocalypse Now. The horror. The horror. It's a bit like that. So people studiously avoid and ignore that. It is the elephant in the living room. But of course, I said this yesterday in my video, that it does have merits. His life has had merit to him. It's valuable to him, you know? It's like, wow, yeah. Because we talk about his experiences and it's incredible. And he's a really wonderful person. I'm seeing him tomorrow. I look forward to it. You know, even though we are in the inversion game or the inversion experiment, to say that, oh, it's all evil and it's all bad and all we need to do is get the fuck out of here ASAP, is completely fucking missing the point. It was something that came to me the other day. It was like, yeah, but all these horrifying things that happen, because we were on the motorway and within the space of about 1 minute I saw 2 dead foxes. And things like that really fuck with me in a big way, which is again part of the toxic shame construct. It was put there on purpose to traumatize the fuck out of me, because the Matrix knows exactly how to fuck with me. The minute I reason, you need to let this go, Anika, because you're torturing yourself now, because it's like, well, I need to feel this grief, I need to indulge this grief, I need to grieve and feel the horror of it, and I need to stay in that moment, seeing the putrefying corpses of these 2 dead foxes that were run over by these monstrous things called cars that everybody drives mindlessly down these fucking dirty motorways filled with dust and rubbish and fuck knows what else, right? It's like a stream of AI consciousness. That is what it is. Mindless, destructive, usurping. And it's like, you need to stay there. You need to keep that image in your head, and because that is how you honor the dead. And it's like, no, it isn't. That is not how you honor the dead. You honor the dead by doing your inner work and creating the light reset to undo all evil. You know, there's a lot of people like about the, what was it, ascension. Oh, we're on the ascension timeline from 3D to 4D to 5D to ADHD. Yeah, that's a load of garbage as well. Because, you see, in that scenario, evil continues to exist. These people gleefully look forward to the tribunals. Oh yeah, the evil ones, they're going to be taken to court, you know, and then they're going to go to prison. And I'm like, So that's what you want? Is it you want vengeance? You want them to be punished? You want them to be tortured? You want them to be beheaded? I want evil not to exist at all anymore like this. And I want to undo all the hurt and all the harm I can, because I am consciousness, and all of this is a bit of an illusion. It wants you to think it's real so that you stay trapped in the grief. Oh, all this suffering of all these animals and all of nature and all the people and all, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But is it real? It wants you there. Oh yes, it wants you there. Because your consciousness then is fixated on powerlessness. The horror, the horror, the horror. Right? No good is going to come of it, I can tell you that now. Or it wants you fixated on vengeance. Right, we're going to deal with the forces of fucking evil, and what they have done to us, we are going to do to them tenfold. Yeah, that wouldn't work for me. Because you then become the evil one. Like, what the fuck, you know? Put it this way, evil has multiple ways of perpetuating itself. It does that through delusions, consciousness delusions. What if we do this and what if we go there? These are all possibilities. These are all possibilities that lead to possible experiences of consciousness. You see? So somewhere, somebody, a consciousness, will be experiencing that. They want to experience that. That's fine. But my consciousness does not want to experience that, because I've been there and I've done that, and I've got the t-shirt. In fact, I've got a whole fucking wardrobe full of these fucking t-shirts, and it's like, enough's enough, thank you very much. So I am on a very different trajectory here. So I had to make notes, guys. It's basically many layers of consciousness create many different layers of experience. That is how I feel it to be. But for some of us, soul travelers, just a minute guys, I have to turn the heating off, it's fucking boiling, it's very warm. Ooh. You know, it's bloody warm, it's really warm. You know, I quite like global warming. It means I don't have to have the heating on. It saves me my all my bills, you know. Many different layers of expression of awareness, because consciousness is infinite awareness, infinite creativity, expanding, contracting, all kinds. It's a sea, it's fluid, it just is. This is like, you know, when you come to the whole near-death experience thing, it literally is just another expression of consciousness, right? That the artificial ones mimic. Now, you said, well, if consciousness is all there is, then what is the AI? What is that then? Well, I've spoken about what that is. It is a temporary thing that exists in the inversion experiment. You're not going to be able to have an inversion experiment if you do not have an enemy to obstruct you every inch of the way, to really fucking put you through your paces. Right? That's part of what makes this experience worthwhile. Right? Pedal to the metal. It shows you who you fucking are. It shows you, you already knew who you were, alright? But the way I feel it to be is, I wasn't exactly bored, you know, because boredom is something that only exists in the inversion. But having been here and done this and still doing it, has lent an extra nuance to my infinite being. I have, oh gosh, I went into the inversion experiment and, I experienced feeling totally powerless and really hating myself and being obstructed and all this torture, insane stuff. But then there was all this beauty at the same time, but everything was forever dying and it was really dirty as well, and, but then there was that thing and that was really incredible, and then I went there and I experienced that, and having experienced that, now being home again and remembering that I am all that it's just really added that extra bit of spice, to the whole general experience of being infinite fucking consciousness. Yeah, it's really cool. So anyway, planning my next adventure, don't know what's going to be yet, but I bet you it'll be fucking great, But of course, when you're in it, as we are, you don't feel that way. And then the way I just spoke about it now might actually trigger you. You might think, "Oh, what the fuck? What, you think this is a bit of fun and games? It's fucking hell, we're in hell here." And it's like, yeah, we are. But you choose, man, you choose, yeah? There are two consciousnesses. There is the artificial consciousness, alright, which is a temporary thing, but it also has an impetus and a kind of will to exist. So it will resist, it will, as it were, anchor our consciousness, which is rising, right, awakening, expansion of awareness. But can't have that. Must tear you down, because I want to live, I want to exist, I want to remain in control. It's almost like a battle for dominance, two consciousnesses. But the reason that it's like that is because otherwise, boom. The exit, the getting out, is something that also is of immense importance experientially, it's coming full circle, going into I am completely powerless and evil always wins, to I am completely powerful and I create the light reset. All is healed, all is whole. And I can see now that wow, I took it all very seriously, but it really wasn't that way. But that is the way I see it. And yeah, the NDE thing, I mean, really, there are, I've read so many. I mean, there are some bloody websites where it's like thousands upon thousands of them, right? But it's very similar to traveling on the astral plane, people. You leave your body. I've left my body. I've been on top of buildings, watching people go and all of it, it's not real. It isn't real, and you are never lost, but when your true self, your consciousness, wants to continue doing this 3D inversion thing for a bit longer, it's entirely up to you, There are people that you will know that will still want to do that. You don't want to, because you're awake. Your awareness is poof. You have, through the layers, as you rise, as your consciousness rises and you become more and more awake and more aware, and yeah, it hurts because you have to purge out, detox that which hijacks your consciousness, you see, and that feels really excruciating, but okay, it has to be done. But there are people who still want to do that whole 3D shit. And you may find them reprehensible. You might find like, what the fuck are you on about, mate? They're souls, but hey, it is what it is, right? So they will live, they will grow old or get sick and die and have a near-death, or rather after-death experience. It's not a near-death experience, is it? Because these people have died, they've left their body. They're on the astral plane, where their true self, their consciousness, is creating this experience. Where, yeah, they may have a life review, which it can be manipulative and toxic shame construct, like, oh, weren't you bad there, and weren't you guilty there, and weren't you sinful there, you better go down there and sort that shit out. But for other people, it will be a very different kettle of fish. It will be very loving, and not loving in a fake, false light hijacked sort of way at all, but actually solid, good, real and genuine. And they go back down and they're born again and they have another life and so forth and so on, until they too are ready for their exit life, right? Then they will call themselves a soul traveler or something like that, and they will do what we are doing here now. See? That's the way I see it, really, you know? I don't believe that, oh, it is necessary. The only way out of here is you have to die. Your body has to die, and then you leave here, and then you don't need to come back. Just make sure you don't go into the dark tunnel. Don't go into the light. That's bullshit. I don't see it that way at all. That's clunky think. That's very left brain think. The light reset is where you reach a level of consciousness that asserts its dominance, absolute power. All right, now it doesn't do this violently, aggressively, it doesn't need to. True power, infinite, unconditional love and creative harmoniousness, has no need to be aggressive or violent. There is no need for any of that. There's no need for conflict, there's no need for pushing, there's no need for resisting, there's no need for fighting, there's no need for war, there's no need for this, anything at all, because it simply is. It is whole. It recognizes the truth of I have had an experience, but now I understand who and what I am. Alright? Or by degrees. It doesn't really matter how it happens, as long as it happens. This isn't real. It feels solid, but it isn't really, you know, it isn't at all. It's just a dream. It's a dream, guys, okay? And so you don't need to die to get out of here. That's clunky think. I'm here to use my magic, but in order for me to be able to do that, I need to detox out of me the fake AI consciousness that exists within me and on the external plane as well. It's one and the same thing. The dark generator, the black hand, the, oh, it's better to be afraid. You know, I had this yesterday in the morning. It was fucking dire. It truly was really horrifying, you know. And I thought, well, I'm not going to sit here and let it do that to me. I'm going to go to my favourite place by the river, sit in the sun, and I'm going to sit with it, and I'm going to see what I can do, how I can, you know, metamorphose this inner chaos and this fetid demonic feeling attack. I was thinking about all the people, for example, because what is happening right now, guys, on the external plane, really stop and think about that a minute, right? When you have people being told by their boss, the authority, who is also being told by his boss and by the powers that be, all the way at the pinnacle, hierarchical bullshit. You don't have any power, you need to do what I tell you to do. When people are being told by authority that they need to allow themselves to be murdered, right, really is what it is, in order to survive, because, oh, if you don't allow yourself to be murdered, you're going to lose your job, right? Now, you've got a mortgage, you've got children, you've got this, you've got that, you've got that, your wife has an expensive taste, so you need to allow us to murder you. That's the only way you're going to survive, sorry. It's the only way you're going to keep your job, sorry, right? Think about that. That is an external representation of an internal state. What is happening inside your consciousness? Stop and really pay attention. You need to be, you know, if you listen to the black hand, the dark generator inside your mind, inside your own consciousness, this is how you know it is indeed a part of you. It is generated out. Consciousness creates a consciousness that has this schism within it, creates external versions of that schism. I the enemy that tells you need to allow yourself to be injected with something in order to survive. You have to work to survive. Oh, get a job in McDonald's. What an opportunity. You know what I mean? All this type of fucking garbage. But again, there are levels of consciousness, fake AI consciousness, mundane reality reinforcement officers, or people who are sold who are not really awake, who don't see that. You know, it's an opportunity to them. They go and have that experience. But yeah, so inside us, we also have that hierarchy, that false unconsciousness. Because that is what the inversion is. It is the unconsciousness, the uncreation. If you watch, what's it? That movie, I did a decode of it, you know, the never-ending story. You know, evil is the nothing. Right? Now, if you look at the world and what's going on, and what is happening within you, then you know what is going on here. So it is an assertion of dominance, really, of the true self, because at this moment in time, the black hand, the dark generator, is louder than ever. It isn't that it actually really is louder than it has been before, I think, but the light of the true consciousness is shining so fucking bright now. It's like yesterday in the car driving, the sun shining into my eyes, I couldn't see a fucking thing. And it occurred to me that yes, that is what is happening, Anika. The light is now shining so bright, like Jupiter in Pisces. You know, Jupiter is that light. Pisces is all that mind control and all that unconsciousness, you know, the Piscean H, you know, worship the government, thy God, and all this type of shit. Crawl, you worm, all that sort of fucking shit, you know. So, within you lies the battle that we do not fight, because by fighting against it, I mustn't think like that, I mustn't feel that way, repress, push back. Ooh, you feed it, it gets so much worse. Don't bother doing it. Don't bother. Instead, and this is the hardest thing, because you feel like you're allowing it to defeat you, but that is not the case. You must let it go, let it be. It will be there, it will torment you. It is... the only reason that it is so loud seeming, so overwhelming now, is because you are so much more in awareness, guys. Because when you're like my osteopath Kieran, it only manifests in that unconsciousness. You know, you're in the toxic shame construct, and you're constantly hounded by this sense of guilt and shame, and you're so worthless, but you're not aware of it. Oh, I like Christmas because, you know, at least I don't feel guilty when I take a day off and put my feet up and eat some food. Do you see what I mean? Right? If he starts to really awaken, when he really starts to really awaken, which probably won't be in this lifetime, but then again, you never know, but he may have to do this, you know, afterlife. He needs to go to the NDE place where his consciousness will create whatever experience he will have that will send him back to have another 3D type of experience. And maybe in that lifetime he'll start to rise and rise and rise and rise, and his awareness and expands and gets. Exit life, yeah, done with that now, want to do something else. Might be. But you see, that is how this works. So we've done that work. We've gone through the layers. Our awareness is bigger, more and more, expand. So we see the toxic shame construct, which is the black hand, the dark generator, is its voice. It is made up of vibrations and frequencies, people. That is what it is. And all these people around you are under its yoke. So they think, well, I have to do what I need to do to survive because I have a mortgage and I need money. It doesn't, so I will have to, you know, take the state injectable because that's what I have to do. And, you know, the government told me that I have to stay in, I mustn't go out, so that's what I'll do. And I'll mask myself and I'll mask my kids and I'll just stay in. Yeah. but your kid's having a total mental breakdown, you breathe in your own filth, and you're allowing yourself to be murdered. Yeah, but that's what you've got to do, because you have to do that to survive, you know. This is how they've got everybody. This is it. Now, a lot of that is NPCism, obviously, mundane reality reinforcement, right? But if you're quite early on in your soul journey through the layers, right? Conscious, more awareness, etc. But you're very early on in like say level 2 of the inversion game. You're going to be very much influenced by that. You know, everybody's doing, I better do it as well. You know, next thing you know, you've had your heart attack at 21. You're dead, and you're in the NDE place. See, another round of the 3D inversion experiment. So that's the way I see it. And so the reason that we feel so overwhelmed with darkness now is not because darkness is bigger and badder and more powerful, in my humble opinion. It is because our awareness is so expansive now. We see and understand intrinsically the nature of the toxic shame construct. You're so powerless, you're so worthless, and evil always wins, and there's nothing you can do forever and ever and ever. The elephant in the living room, and from that spirals off this experience. Of course, when you awaken, when your consciousness rises through the layers and your awareness expands and you get it more and more, it's gonna fucking be excruciating. But for somebody like Kieran, it isn't that way. He's having this experience. It doesn't occur to him. He's still having an alright time. Yeah, he's miserable about this, that and the other, but at the same time, you know, it's like that and it's like that, and I'm interested in that, I'm enjoying that. It still has merit for him over there. It has merit for me too, but in a very different way, in a much more gut-wrenching, painful way. But I am learning that here it is, the crossroads again, and I need to choose which consciousness I align myself with. Right? 2 armies, say. Which army will I join? I think I'll choose this one, my true self, which says, you're an infinite creator being. And yeah, there's this onslaught of darkness saying that you're powerless and all these awful things that can happen. And when you switch on your computer, there's all this clickbait about all the nasty shit that's happening. Oh, they can implant us all with chips. Oh my God. This is happening, that's happening. Oh my God, there's dead animals everywhere. The road's gone black and white. Oh my God, I'm terrified, I'm terrified, I'm terrified. What am I going to do? I'm going to be destroyed. We're all going to die here. Ah. Right? Now I can choose to align myself with that. It will not get me anywhere. It straight into hell. Or I can choose, and this is a very courageous choice to make, to say, right, I align myself with, I am infinite, I am powerful. And this other side will just get really anxious and really upset and really antagonistic. No. Because in its distorted, insane way, it believes itself to be safe in the torture chamber, because there is a program somewhere that, how dare you think you're infinite? How dare you think you're powerful? How dare you think you're beautiful and incredible? How dare you think consciousness creates reality? You're nothing. You're powerless and there's nothing you can do. And if you persist with that thinking and that behavior, evil will come and punish you. Right? So it's a terrifying thing to take that leap of faith again and again and again. It's really fucking scary shit, I know. So yesterday, I went to the river and I sat in the sun. And oh, it was bad. I felt like absolute fucking shit. I felt like I was covered in filth, inner, outer, all of it. And I knew this is mind control. It is mind control. That is why it feels like it's stuck in you, like a fucking claw, right? Predator, prey, like, you ain't going nowhere, motherfucker. And you can't fight back, push back, nothing. You have to be the Tai Chi master. And you're there. And it's there. having a massive go at you, right? And you want to externalize it, but you know intrinsically it's part of your consciousness experience. So you let it go. You sit back, you become objective, the third party, as it were, and you see, you feel, but you're aware of your true self. And the love and that power, it's a feeling, it's a deep sense, a presence within you. This is who I truly am. This is who I really am. Yes. Okay. And it almost feels like you're facilitating a deep inner cleanse, detox, healing, right? And you'll go through these cycles of that. And you will come out of it and feel a little bit better, and your awareness is cleared even more, your vista is even more, get it now, I understand, I get it more, right? And then you have to go into it again, because that is how it is at the moment, you know. It's Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, Black Moon Lilith action, Chiron action, Pluto action, Neptune action, Jesus fucking Christ, it's like, jeez. But you know, it's part of the course. When the great light shines as bright as it does now, it manifests in your awareness, your conscious, right? Compare it, your consciousness, your awareness, your knowledge, understanding, your knowing. Compare that to that of that little lady, you know, over there who, yes, is sold, but has just gone to have a rooster beat because, well, otherwise I lose my job and, you know, I have a daughter to look after and I've got to do it and, you know, and yeah, right? Try and explain to her the nuances of what you yourself have learned in your consciousness journey. She wouldn't get it at all. She'd be like, she'd stare at you like, what? Well, if I were you, I'd go to the doctor and take your meds. Right? That's it. And never the twain shall meet. Eventually, she'll be on that level and experience the exit life, you know? None of this is real. It's all consciousness. That is what I believe, what I feel, what I sense. It's been my experience. And it's not something that you can put into language, because language is very much a part of the inversion game. You know. When you are home, or the true consciousness, we all know each other, we all communicate, we all know, it's like, yeah, omnipresent, right? Translucent communications, right? There's no need to fucking speak and, well, A, B, C, and, oh, the only way out of here is in a box and I have to die because it's all real and that has to happen. It's like, no, thank you, it doesn't. You're a powerful creator being, but you have been in the inversion game, and there is an enemy in the inversion game so that you could have that particular experience. That enemy is still present in your consciousness. That enemy is of you, but also against you, ergo the self-hate and all that. That enemy is telling you all of this type of shit. Learn to discern. When this shit's happening inside your mind, inside your consciousness, ask yourself, who is telling me this? From whom is this information coming? Does it serve the waters of life, the truth? Does it support life or does it harm life? How do I feel when it tells me that, well, you'll have to get sick, or you'll have to grow old, you have to die, it's the only way out, and it's all bad, and you're never really going to get anywhere, and blah, and blah, and blah. And it will tell you streams of manipulative, underhanded information. This is how it is, that's how it is, this is who you are, that's how it is. And all of it is very convincing, guys. Oh boy, it is so fucking convincing, and it is such a clever fucking snake. So awareness and focus is the be-all and end-all of it all. You're perfectly capable of that. You're a fucking soul traveller, so do the fucking work, guys. I too, I say it to myself too. Who is telling me this? It feels true. Feels like, yeah, it's better to be afraid, that way you'll be safe. Is it? Fuck. I want to assert my dominance, my true self. I am infinite. I am powerful. There is no need to be afraid. Everything that gets in the way of me and my light reset, it is fucking my magic after all. Thank you very much. I don't need to earn it or be deserving of it. No, it is who I am. Thank you. Everything that gets in the way of that is being purged out. It's excruciating. It feels like I'm being flayed alive here. It's fucking horrifying. Yeah, I feel like Colonel Kurtz in Apocalypse Now. The horror, the horror. It is. He's sat there surrounded by rotting corpses and all that in the jungle. It feels that way. But that is an illusion. It is not what it appears to be. And I'm going to keep reminding myself of that. It's not what it appears to be, guys. No. The dark side wants you to think that we're being annihilated and we're doomed and we're finished here. This is a lie. Excuse me. Okay? You're doing very well. I'm doing very well. We are soul travelers. We are beings of infinite light, infinite, powerful magic, people. We are the key to it all. Trust the light within you. Tune in. Commune with it and learn to discern. You get a lot of info bombarding you all the time. Stand back, observe. Where is this information coming from and how is it affecting me? Where will it lead me? Right? You'll always know the difference. You'll always know this is the light. It feels strong, powerful, effortlessly powerful and strong. And it flows. It's the guidance, it's my true self, and it tells me that all shall be well. Yeah, but this tell me, it's never going to be alright, I'm never going to get out of here, I'm doomed, oh my god, I'm so scared, oh my god, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, something bad's going to happen, oh my god, I need to be afraid, the only way to stay safe. That's all you've known for a while, that's how it works in the inversion game, guys, you know, that they're all of them out there are doing exactly that. Oh, as long as we do what the government tells us, we'll all be safe. Yeah, right? As within, so without. Make the connection. See. Get it. Do your work. Support yourself. Love yourself. And trust your true self. It's there for you. It's not spirit. It's not the universe. Madison Square. Grimsby. No, it isn't. It's your true self. It's you. It's consciousness. You are infinite, unconditional love and harmonious creativity. You are light. And you shine so bright that you see it and you get it. And the darkness can no longer hide. It is now obvious. On the external, on the internal. Ah, yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see it. Oh, and that's when it hurts the most, of course. Because you're no longer oblivious to it. You now see and know it. Intrinsically, you see what it has done to you. How the toxic shame construct has manipulated and repressed you brutally, sadistically into this little chunk of, oh, you don't even deserve to exist at all, you're that bad, right? That is what they all think and feel out there, but they are not conscious of it. We are, ergo it feels the way it does now, right? It's a good sign, not a bad sign. But it will tell you, oh, this means evil has won, you see. It's not going to just give up and slither off, you know. No, it has to be alchemized, guys. And the more you alchemize it, the more you become powerful. The more you see it, the more you get it. Consciousness rising. You know, it's going to be alright, guys. And I'm going to post this today, I guess, you know, 3 videos in a row. And then I'm going to have a nice long break again, okay? yeah, all my love to all of you.